Hi everyone! I thought I'd try something new this year and take some videos of my pumpkin season to show you what it's like to grow a giant pumpkin. This is geared more towards non-pumpkin growers, and I hope it gives you an idea of the work, the anxiety, and the love that it takes to grow a giant fruit like this. The first thing I want to mention is I really want to focus on this being as real as possible. I want you to see the real me, the frizz, the sweat, the old Borderland farm jacket from my childhood, and honestly just the reality of things, which is I don't have my shit together. I never have my shit together, and I always have something to do. It is a prime example. There are weeds everywhere. There's extension cords all over the place. It's just, it's not pretty, but my plant is doing great, and that's all that matters. This you can see here, my first few leaves are quite ugly. It's probably a combination of nutrient burn and being too close to the grow light, and it grew out of it just fine, and I'm super happy with how the plant is doing. This plant came from the 2560 Ginger, which is North America's biggest pumpkin. So I'm really excited to grow this plant and see what happens. I have a fan blowing on it that helps get the plant used to wind, which it doesn't get a lot of because the greenhouse is closed all the time. Heavy winds can snap the vine or snap the leaves, so I try to get it used to it as early as possible. These blankets and this little hut here, I will show you later. I do tuck my babies in at night to keep them warm, so that'll be next, and I hope you enjoy. It is May 17th, and it is precipitating. I don't know what it is, but it is white and cold and not quite ideal for growing pumpkins. So it's time to tuck my babies in for the night. It's really chilly out. It's 38 degrees. It's about 8 o'clock at night. It's still a little light, but I'm going to tuck them in a little early because it's just chilly. We are expected to get a freeze tonight. It's really not that big of a deal. It's not that hard to keep small plants warm in spring in Maine. It's a lot more worrisome if we have a frost or a freeze in September because my plant is 900 square feet and it's kind of hard to keep that from dying in the cold. So this is my setup. I have an LED light. I direct the light towards the newer growth at the tip of the main vine. I don't know how much this actually helps. It's kind of a cheap one I got on Amazon. And I think blue is better, actually. I'm still learning more about LED lights, but I figure it's better than nothing. And then over here, I have a chicken brooder heat lamp. I don't use that for light. I use that for heat. I used to use a space heater, but the space heater was way more expensive. My electric bill would be $400 a month this time of year. So this saves me a lot of money. So what I do is basically I sing a little lullaby, which I won't do today. And then we cover her up with my comforter. This is actually my grandma's old comforter. And so is that one over there. So I think of her every time I do it. Then I put this little blanket, there's a little space over here. So we'll cover that part up. And then we just say, good night, my little babies, and I will see you in the morning. And that's my thermometer right there. That transmits the temperature to a little display on my refrigerator, which we'll look at later. So, good night, my babies. I love you. So, it is 1:44 a.m. and I have to go to the bathroom. This happens about 2 or 3 times a night, and the first thing I do before stepping in the bathroom is I take a look out the window, and what I'm looking for here is I'm making sure I see the red glow from my heat lamp, and I do see the glow in both greenhouses. I do not see the glow from my LED light, and that's because the LEDs are on a timer and they are off right now. They are off for about 8 hours a night. So the next thing I do from there is I take a look at my thermometer, which is on my fridge. The temperature is right on the top. So outside it says it's 25.9 degrees. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but I do know it is cold out. And then if we look at greenhouse number 1, it is 60.4 degrees. And if we look at greenhouse number 2, it is 62.1 degrees. So it's almost 7:30. I'm just getting outside now to open up my babies because the sun just got up above that house over there. I wanted to give them a little time to warm up here. So we're gonna uncover my baby. And I have one other greenhouse too that I uncover. And we'll see how they're doing. Looking great. So one thing that I had to keep an eye on is this little tendril over here. They're these little finger-like projections. I thought I'd uncover it this morning and have this guy all wrapped around, but he wasn't. But that's just one of many reasons why I don't like having people babysit my pumpkins, and I really don't ever leave my pumpkins ever unless I really need to. Because just something like that, if that tendril was grabbed onto that cage and I moved the cage, you know, could have ripped something and that wouldn't be good. So anyway, we're ready to start another day, and please give me some feedback. Let me know if you liked my video, and if so, I will do some more. So thanks for watching.